1989's the number. Another summer. Sounds of a funky drummer. Shouts out to Public Enemy, man. Chuck D, Flavor Flav. I'm gonna get back to this series that I was doing probably about a year ago, man. I was doing it for quite a while, and I stopped doing it. I go back and just watch old fights from the 80s, 60s, 50s, whenever, man. Just old fights from back in the day, heavyweights, and I do my post-fight reaction. A lot of these fights I still have on VHS tape, but this is one of my favorite fights from the 80s for heavyweights. Bonecrusher Smith versus a young. Look at how young Razor Ruddock look, and Bonecrusher. 36 years old ain't that old, man. But in boxing terms, it's almost ancient sometimes when we're talking about boxers. But both these guys came into this fight in really good shape. Bonecrusher Smith, man, I know a lot of people look at that Tyson fight, but he has some other exciting fights like this one, the second fight with Witherspoon. He has some other good fights, man, where he'll let his hands go and, make for entertaining fights. And Bonecrusher Smith at this point, not Smith, but Ruddock was looked at as a legit top 7, top 8 heavyweight in the world around this time. But I'm going to give my post-fight review to this. I'm going to go round by round. All right, so round one, I gave that to Bonecrusher Smith. He was just more offensive minded in that first round. Ruddock was moving a lot, sticking a jab in there, here and there. He threw his smash punch during the end of the round, the kind of half hook, half uppercut left hand he was famous for back in the day. But I just gave that first round to Bonecrusher Smith. He was just more active. He was trying to land punches, landed a nice body shot. He was trying to be aggressive. Ruddock was just moving. And then when they got close, he'll try to clinch. Just moving. He's the younger guy. He was the younger guy going into this fight by what? I believe Smith was 36 and Ruddock was like 25. So just moving around, you can tell he's trying to tire out Bonecrusher Smith, get him frustrated, and setting him up for later rounds. But I gave that first round to Bonecrusher Smith. Another fun fact about this fight, the great, as you see him right there on the right, the great Joe Frazier was working the corner of Bonecrusher Smith for this fight. Another thing that I noticed, Bonecrusher Smith, he was asking Joe in the corner, he's like, what do you want me to do more of? More jabs, more. And Frazier was telling him more jabs, giving him directions. But Bonecrusher Smith, a smart man, he was only, I believe, him and the Klitschko brothers, the only heavyweight champions, man, to have college degrees before they won the heavyweight title. So, but he was in the, and he was in the corner. He was asking Joe, what should I do? And I like that. I like when the fighters and the trainers are communicating with each other. Shows a sense of, team and being as one. Although the fighters in there fighting, but still, man, the trainer can see everything on the outside. So I like the fact that Bonecrusher Smith was engaging with Frazier as to what to do. All right, so second round, I gave that to James Bonecrusher Smith 10-8 because of this knockdown right here. It was a right hand he landed on Ruddock. Both feet came off the ground. It was a hard shot, man, caught Ruddock. First 30 seconds of this round, this one Smith caught, I believe it was like the first 30 seconds, he caught him with this right hand. And then Smith was trying to finish him, trying to land some shots, but it seems as if he was smothering his own work. And Razor Ruddock, man, had he not been in great physical condition, he wouldn't have lasted in this fight or this round right here. But he withstood all of that. And then like the last 30 seconds of the round, Smith looked like he kind of threw himself as far as throwing his punches, like he blew his wad. And then Ruddock started to come on, landing some good left hands, that little smash that he does. He landed some good left hands, enough to kind of keep Smith off of him and kind of stop Smith in his tracks. And then the round ended. So it was like the first 30 seconds, that's when he got dropped, he got hurt. Then he survived. And then like the last 30 seconds, he took control of the round. Smith was getting tired. Then at the very end of the round, Ruddock was trying to show the crowd that he wasn't hurt, raised both hands up, and he went to the wrong corner at the very end of the round. But I gave that round to Bonecrusher Smith because of the knockdown. All right, round three, I gave that round to Razor Ruddock. Smith still looked a little bit tired. Joe Frazier was telling him to try to get off first. It looked like he was waiting too much for Ruddock, man. Both these guys have extremely long reaches, 82 inches. Big heavyweights for 1989, man. Smith about 6'4", Ruddock around about that same height, 6'3.5", 6'4". Both guys well over 225. Smith had to lose some weight and get in shape for this fight. I think he came in around about 240, somewhere in there. I think he dropped like 15 pounds for this fight. But third round, I thought Ruddock was landing more jabs. He was getting off first. His jab looks a lot quicker, a lot more snap on it. Landed some good hooks, left hooks and right hands. Smith just like a step behind Ruddock in this third round. Still looks a little winded from that second round, man. But I gave round 3 to Razor Ruddock. All right, into round 4. I gave round 4 to Razor Ruddock, man. He had Smith against the ropes, damn near probably half of the round. There's different occasions where he kept getting trapped on the ropes. Ruddock was just going to work with left hooks, overhand rights. He's pawing his jab a little. You would think Smith would try to take advantage of the times Ruddock would just lay his left hand out there, being that that's his most dangerous weapon. And when he lays it out there, you expect Smith, who knocked down Ruddock with a right hand, will come over that jab with a right hand. But he didn't in this round. He still looks a little bit tired, man. Ruddock starting to pick him apart a little bit in this round. He was stepping in with lead power shots. Just having his way with Bonecrusher Smith in this round. Smith, towards the very end, like the last few seconds, landed some good body shots. You would think if he's tired, just try to get close to Ruddock and try to make it a physical, up-close type of fight. Take away some of the power off that left hand that Ruddock is trying to set up, because he's damn near leaping in with that hook, that smash punch. You would think Smith could have tried to get close, try to dig to the body, because the body shots he did land on Ruddock made him hold and clinch. But I definitely gave round 4 to Razor Ruddock. Another thing I noticed about Bonecrusher Smith corner, not only does he have Joe Frazier, but he has a great Emil Griffith also in his corner too. Want to point that out. That was a damn good round 5. I gave that one to Bonecrusher Smith. Ruddock, and man, he should have been using his jab more. He's just using it as he's like just probing with it, just leaving it out there, just extending it, like literally extending it, keeping it out there, trying to set up the right hand. Smith was slipping those shots, and he was coming back with some good right hands. He's landed some good right hands this round. Landed some good shots, was the aggressor. Ruddock, I don't know if he got winded in this round, but he almost like he took the round off. He did land some good left hands in there. He's just leaving his jab out there too long. Smith looked like he got a burst of energy this round. He keeps pawing at his, I believe it's his right eye. He keeps pawing at. You would expect Ruddock to go out there and try to attack that eye, especially using the jab. You know what I mean? Especially having an 82-inch reach like that. Both guys got the same reach, but I definitely gave round 5 to Bonecrusher Smith. All right, so round 6, I edged that one to Razor Ruddock. It was kind of a closely fought round. Ruddock, man, whenever he pops the jab out there and snaps it, it looks like a great damn jab. Another thing that I'm noticing is he's circling right to Bonecrusher Smith's right hand. Usually you want to circle the opposite way of the other guy's best punch. But in this case, they're both orthodox stance type of fighters. And Ruddock, at least in my opinion, the reason he's circling to the right, because that's going to be, if he circled to the his left, when he takes that step over with his left foot, that gives him time to step with that left, plant that foot at the same time, and then leap in or dig that smash punch that he likes to throw with his left hand. But he keeps going right to the right. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, why don't Smith just Hail Mary right hands? Because Ruddock is walking, he's circling to his left, which is Smith's right hand. But yeah, then Smith, when he's on the inside, he's just clinching right along with Ruddock. Thought he should have been working the body. And then they both landed some good right hands in an exchange. And Ruddock is kind of just leaving that left hand out there, trying to set Smith up for a big right hand. But he's sneaky, though, because he'll come in with that smash punch, too, when you least expect it. But I gave round 6 to Razor Ruddock. Well, round 7, it's all over. Bonecrusher Smith gets knocked out with a left uppercut from Razor Ruddock. Ruddock, man, although he was pawing with that left hand, he was landing some good right straights when he got the opportunity. I believe in this round, what started it, what Smith was kind of tired, but what started it was a straight right hand. It was a lead straight right hand from Ruddock, followed by a right uppercut. I like that combination with the right hand. Straight right, with an uppercut right after it. He did that to Smith. He was pretty much just measuring him, teeing off with the right hands. And then he got him against the ropes, and then that's when he landed this uppercut and dropped Smith face first, and he was out of there, man. But you can kind of tell that Mike Tyson used a blueprint to some of this fight by when he fought Ruddock, he went to his body, break Ruddock's body down. In this fight, man, when he was getting hit with good body shots, he just wanted to hold and clinch. He fought back a few times, but for the most part, he wanted to clinch. But Razor Ruddock definitely got it done against Bonecrusher Smith, man. You guys go check out this fight, one of my favorite heavyweight fights from the 80s. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.